Commemoration is the best legendary machine gun you can get right now in Destiny 2. If you like machine guns and you're stuck on ad clear, there's one clear choice, and it's this beauty right here. It's got all the right perks in all the right places, it's an absolute breeze to control, and also S-tier drip. It's also craftable, so you can enhance the traits, and unlike other enhanced traits, they're actually worth it on Commemoration. It's simply the most reliable and sustained high damage ad clear that you can ask for, and it's going to elevate your ad clear game to a whole nother level. Which, believe it or not, is actually a legit role for Root of Nightmares, the new raid. There's nothing quite like running Nezrak and getting bodied by a Colossus. So I'm going to take the next few minutes to look at the traits that you're going to want to go for on Commemoration, and then how you can get this spicy looking thing. I always liked this machine gun, but I didn't use it a lot because it didn't have any particularly special roles when it released. That is where Season 19 changed things, and we'll get around to that. So when it comes to what you want out of a machine gun, usually it's consistency and damage perks. Fortunately, when we take a look at Commemoration, it's an adaptive machine gun, which maybe this is just a personal thing to me, but I think this is the best feeling archetype of machine guns. Really good range and easy to control. I do think rapid fires are fun, but I do think they feel a little jumpy sometimes, and it can be difficult to hit all those crits. High impacts feel the same to me, just a bit too jumpy. Now compare that to machine guns like Unwavering Duty from Trials or Corrective Measure from Vault of Glass, and those just feel easy and smooth with the perfect compromise between the high and low impact archetypes. So in my opinion, you don't really need to spec all that much into performance perks with Commemoration. Instead, you can focus all on ammo economy and damage perks, and Commemoration has some really excellent combos there. My favorite role, and the one that I believe sets Commemoration apart, is Killing Tally and Subsistence. And actually, no other machine gun has this combination, and I don't think that's an accident. I think that's what makes this one so special. It's one of the most synergistic trait combinations that you can have, because Subsistence refills a portion of your magazine on kills, and Killing Tally provides damage buffs up to 3 stacks until you reload or stow your weapon, which, considering if you're running Subsistence, that could be a while. So basically what you have here is a semi-permanent 30% damage buff to your machine gun, because you'll just never need to reload. Most red bars are going to go down in 1, 2, maybe 3 shots, and Subsistence is going to more than refill your magazine. Reload is one of the biggest issues for machine guns, since they usually have pretty slow reloads, but in this case, you're just entirely skipping it. So not only the ad clearing component is really good, but you're also just sitting on 30% extra damage most of the time that'll shred any yellow bars you come across. And this is one of the main reasons I recommend Killing Tally over Rampage. Technically, Rampage offers slightly more damage at 11, 22, and 30% at each stack respectively, while Killing Tally is 10% per stack, maxing at 30 total percent. But unless you're taking this thing into PvP, there's no world in which you should take Rampage over Killing Tally, or really any other damage perk that's on this machine gun. You're going to be trading 3 to 5% damage instead of huge uptime. Rampage only lasts a few seconds, while Killing Tally lasts until you reload or stow your weapon, which again, with Subsistence, just isn't going to be happening. That semi-permanent 30% damage is really going to come in handy against champions or the tormentors from the first encounter in Root of Nightmares. Subsistence and Killing Tally are just as good as it gets. They really are. They work better together than just about any other damage and ammo combination, and as far as I can tell, Commemoration is again the only machine gun that drops with this role. And what makes this even crazier is that, like I mentioned earlier, you can craft all the Deep Stone Crypt weapons now, so if you manage to get the pattern, you can enhance both these traits. Enhanced Killing Tally increases your magazine a little bit, and according to LightGG, Enhanced Subsistence raises the mag refill per kill from 10% to 20%, which you can see is the case right here. Just a few kills completely refills the magazine, adding around 15 shots per kill, since 20% of 74 is like 14.9, so it just rounds it up. Historically, enhanced traits are really just a small stat bump. They don't contribute a lot, so the fact that Enhanced Subsistence here is doubling the effect from 10 to 20% is just wild to me. It's only going to make the combination of Killing Tally and Subsistence better, and even less likely that you'll ever need to reload at all. The only issue you're going to face with this role on Commemoration is that you might run out of ammo, so I definitely put on some ammo reserves and heavy ammo finders if you're running dedicated ad clear. Still, with the ammo buffs in Season 20, machine guns are performing much better overall, and you're not running out of ammo nearly as often as you used to, which is great, because that level of ammo efficiency opens up options to run, say, double specials if you want. Personally, I don't trust other people, so I like to run div from my raid groups, and Commemoration is something really nice to slap in that heavy slot for some effective ad clear in the meantime. Now, before I move on, I know some of you are going to say that I should run Reconstruction instead, but here's my problem with that. If you're using this as dedicated ad clear, it's just going to take too long to make use of that. You're going to find yourself still reloading anyway. Subsistence is there for you at all times, and especially if it's enhanced, it's going to be reloading more than enough ammo for you. If you're dealing with really spongy enemies, then you may want to just pull out your special weapon anyway. If you're really bent on using Commemoration for DPS, then sure, Reconstruction for the double mag is pretty enticing, but I don't know why you'd really want to be doing that. Now before I move on to how you can get Commemoration, there are a couple of other roles that you may want to consider. One in particular is great for survivability. Repulsor Brace in the second column would actually be really great for staying alive in hectic encounters. Repulsor Brace grants you an overshield for defeating any void debuff targets, which pairs beautifully with Volatile Flow this season. Volatile Flow from the artifact grants you volatile rounds anytime you pick up an orb, and if you slap on a Void Siphon so your void kills drop orbs, you'll have volatile rounds non-stop. Pair this with the shield or health regen mods for your legs, and then Echo of Starvation that grants Devour when you pick up an orb, you're going to be nearly impossible to kill. Repulsor Brace combined with a simple setup like this is actually wild, so if you're looking for max survival, then Repulsor Brace is going to be a solid option. Personally, I would just roll with killing Tally and Devour, but it's good to have options too. Also, if you're at all interested in builds, I made a sweet PvP build just the other day on the channel, link in the description if you want to check that out. As for a DPS role, I'd go Reconstruction and Firing Line. That's going to provide the most consistent buff, and if you can prime yourself with a few kills, then killing Tally would actually be really nice with that 30% damage buff the whole time as well. Alright, so that's a lot about Commemoration itself, but how do you actually get it? Well, you do have to own Beyond Light since that's the expansion that Deepstone Crypt shipped with, which does kind of stink. But Beyond Light is already going on 3 years old, so it does definitely go on sale here and there. If you do have the expansion, then you can get Commemoration from Tannix, the final boss. Unfortunately, for some reason, he's the only encounter that Commemoration drops from. There are other good weapons from the raid, so you could always play through each week on your characters for 3 chances. Otherwise, if you don't want to farm the raid that much, you can wait until it's the rotational weekly raid and then just farm Tannix repeatedly for drop chances. Just checkpoint swap with your characters, and it's actually extremely easy. That's what I ended up doing this last week and actually managed to get all 5 red borders for the pattern in about 2 hours. Admittedly, I do think that is a little bit lucky, but Bungie did buff the red border drop rate some time ago, so it's not too bad overall. I even got some other red borders in the meantime. While I was running, it was probably 50-50 regular to red border drops. Now I know that just mentioning doing a raid probably brought up some anxiety for some of you with LFG and all kinds of nightmares that you hear, but Tannix is actually incredibly easy, and once you figure out the roles for your team members, it requires virtually no communication. Other people have done better guides, so I'm not going to get into that here, but basically, you just need 6 warm bodies if you want to complete Tannix. Now with all that said, if you don't own Beyond Light to play Deepstone Crypt, and again, it does go on sale sometimes, but otherwise if you want to stay free to play and you're wondering what other machine guns are worth getting, then I would check out the link in the description to a really concise short I made recently that talks about that very thing. Even if you're 100% free to play, there are some really great machine guns out there. Machine guns are really in the best place they've been for a long time, and Commemoration really is the best of the best. It's got great traits, craftable, enhanced traits are actually worth it, and overall just a really comfortable, powerful machine gun. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, definitely leave a like. That always helps the video get out there a little bit more. If you want to see more videos like this one, then definitely subscribe. I do make videos as often as I can. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Catch you guys next time.